Hi, so this is for the text, How to Make a DNA Plasmid. The story seemed to end sort of abruptly. I don't know if that was the intention, but I'm going to assume that they decided that was quite enough information about her job. Um, so I thought the purpose of this story was to share her experience, but more specifically, I almost imagine that she's sort of giving a summary of her internship to someone in her program, um, to sort of help explain why she did the internship, what she learned from it. So I think to share an experience, but also to show that she learned something. And then I think the point was, this is my daily routine at the lab. Okay. Hi, my name is Pam. I want to talk to you about what I did this summer. I had an internship at a lab here in Southern California. I'm actually a student at Stanford, where I have a double major. I'm prepping to eventually go to med school, and because of that, it made sense to me that I would work at a lab this summer to gain further experience in the field. Now, at this lab, I do a variety of different things, but I want to talk to you about one activity that I participate in a lot. So I work to create DNA plasmid, which means that I'm creating DNA, and this involves a process where I combine different chemicals and then ultimately put them in a shaker room where they grow into different DNA overnight or throughout my shift. So the first thing that I do is, it's very important to label everything. So I always make sure that I label things with the date, what's in it, and my name. Um, and today I've been given a specific task, so I am going to first gather the first part of the mixture, first part of the culture, and I use a tool called a pipette. This is basically a suction device, which I am imagining as being really small, and I can use that to take just little amounts out and put them into the culture. So the first thing that I'm going to work with um, is called lambda. So I need to go and I need to get that. And then I'm going to just take just the smallest amount. I'm creating at a maximum 10 milliliters for this culture today. And then I will go and get the second chemical. Again, it's important to make sure that I label all of this so it's clear. And then it's also important that I go and look up the number, so I know that when I go into the coolers or into the freezers, I know what I'm looking for. Um, Once I have combined these two things, I need to go into the freezer, which has bugs in it, and the this freezer is kept very cold. It's 80 degrees, negative 80 degrees Celsius. So I need to make sure that when I'm done with all the materials, I put them right back in so that they don't defrost. Once I've combined all of these things, I am going to take them to the shaker room. The shaker room, well, first of all, it's important to make sure that I turn it back on when I'm done, because other people have different things growing in there, and I want to make sure not to disrupt that process. So I'm making just a 10 milliliter culture today, and then I'm going to leave it in the shaker room for the next 6 to 7 hours or however long I'm working. So that is something that I did today. Thanks.